So let's start. So first of all, thanks for being here, for being in this session about Maia. Some of you, or most of you, know me. Some of you maybe don't. So I will shortly introduce myself. I'm Axelle, the founder of Drawify, and I started Drawify 3 years ago because I saw that a lot of people wanted to become a visual storyteller with drawings. But yeah, although I have been training thousands of people in visual storytelling and making them draw, and Heather in the room also, I don't know how many thousands of people you train already. But what you see sometimes is that people still are, even after training, are not confident enough to draw themselves. And there's also a lot of assets around in the world, and we've put a lot of those assets on the platform so that other people could use it for their communication. So that was the first phase of Drawify, but what we saw is that a lot of people still struggle to create or compose a visual summary of a text. And thanks to the help of AI, and I know it's also a stressful thing for a lot of people, but it helped us to create or to leverage Drawify in a bit in a way that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time, and you can ask Maia, which is our AI assistant, to summarize your text and to make a visual summary of it. We did that this summer. It was launched in September. Since then, a few thousand people have been using it. And of course, it's going to get better and so on. But what we will do today is to show you how it works. It's up to you to ask any question you want. I can't predict what's coming out. I will show you that. It's not scripted what I will show. But if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have whatever feedback, let me know. You can interrupt me, no problem. So the first thing I will do is, of course, share my screen so you can see what I'm doing. If it's okay, normally you should see my screen. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
So if you go to Drawify, which is a platform, it's web-based, so you can simply sign up and use it. It has a 1-month free trial. You don't have to put in any details about your credit card or whatever, so you don't have to be afraid that after that month you will be invoiced. Just use it and try it, and then if you want to stop it, you won't have a payment at the end of the month. That's important to know. So when you enter the platform, you see 3 things. So the start from scratch is for the brave people who say, okay, I don't need any assistance. I just start from scratch. I will do the search myself. I will put the words myself, and I will create my visual story. The other one is choose a template. Then you can start from existing templates and adapt them for yourself. And the last one is ask us, but yeah, that's expensive, so maybe you don't want that. So what I'm going to show you today is Maia, which is, like I said, an AI empowered tool. So I will do that. I will click on that. And then there are 2 ways how you can use the Magic Assistant. The first one is that you just simply ask a question. Maybe you have something in your mind you want to have a visual summary of, but you don't have the content completely, then you can ask a question. A possible question could be, how do I, and that's really relevant for me, how do I stay healthy as a startup founder? That's really... So that's a question that I can ask at Maia, and now she will, so I'm doing generate your story. She will start communicating with ChatGPT, so that's behind. So, you know, she starts working with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is sending a response, and then the response is sent to Drawify. And in Drawify, you get a link to the 50,000 images that are in Drawify, so the response will be linked to the images, depending on the search words and so on. And then you get it's not a final product. You maybe don't like certain aspects of this summary, so you can change everything that's there. So you will see, you can make them smaller, bigger, but you can also replace certain images. You will see here, this is colored, this is black and white. Maybe you don't like that idea. Maybe you say, okay, I want that sheet also in a color, this sheet of the bed, for instance. Then you can say, okay, I changed the color. Or maybe you don't like the text here. Maybe you don't like although it's a very nice text because I think it's headers. I'm not sure. It looks like headers. Anyway, so if you say, okay, I want something else, you can, no, this is headers, I think. Yeah, this is headers. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can change the fonts if you want. So that's, you can change basically everything, colors, drawings, fonts. And I have an issue with my, oh my God, issue with my lip. Imagine that you say, okay, I don't want to use this one. This is not what I like. Then you can change the illustrations. And then you can do a new search for illustrations, and I will show you how. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take off my camera because I'm embarrassed about the fact that I'm bleeding up my lip. Okay, you can still see my screen, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So if you wanted another drawing, you go to illustrations, and then you have two possible ways of searching for illustrations. The first one is just normal search, and that means that you can search on Word. And for instance, I could do food, and you get response images, food, based on, so ordered by Drawify. You will see here the Drawify every time, and you can look for images here. So you will see it's very consistent because it's ordered by Drawify. So you can look there. And maybe you say, no, I want a much broader kind of way of looking. Then you could say, okay, I'm going to use a smart search. What is a smart search? It's also AI powered, and it will be proposing you visuals based on what other people have been using for a certain text. And you don't have to stick with one word. It's a bit smarter. So you can say balanced diets. So you don't have to do one word. You could even say balanced diets with people, for instance, and then it will search for something. So then you get, for instance, a person with a balancing food. So for instance, this one. You see? So it's a little bit a different kind of search. It's a little bit more creative, less literal, also less linked to people. So that's a different kind of search. Just showing you how that works. And you will also always see who the Drawify is. And the good thing about that is that if you like a certain Drawify, you can always look for that person's drawing here in the search. So this was Jesper. You can do Jesper and you see everything of Jesper. So if you're really a fan of Jesper, he has like thousands of drawings on Drawify, and you can basically look in his database of drawings too. But yeah, we are still in Maia. So it was still, I'm explaining these things because it's normal Drawify stuff, but we are still in Maia. So I will also show you another way of using Maia. Before I do, are there already any questions about what I've been showing? Oh, there are, because I see the chat. Okay. Is there anyone who has a question?
Axelle.
Yeah.
Is the only language English?
To search, yes. Yeah, right now, yes. So I think at a certain point that for the search, it's English. At a certain point, wait, the smart search, it's smarter. I will do a Flemish word. So the smart search can do other languages because it's AI powered. So it will recognize words in another
language.
Yeah. The AI, so the Maia, she recognizes English. We tried it with Chinese, and that also worked. So I think it only works with languages that are used a lot or so. So it doesn't work with Dutch. So that's I guess since it's ChatGPT that it will learn and at a certain point also understand other languages. Yeah. So just
okay, thank you.
Well, so that's the first way of using Maia, and then I will go to another generate. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going, instead of just asking a question, I'm going to put text. So imagine, and I have my text ready. I have a text that I take from a Word document, and it's about dual coding. I don't know if you see my screen now, or you only see you see my screen of dual coding?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You don't see my chat, right? Because my chat is also that you don't see that, Okay.
No, we just see your browser window.
You don't see my Word document. Okay, I had a Word document open with 2 pages of text about dual coding. I don't know if you know that theory. It's a theory that says that dual coding is interesting because it combines different parts in the brain. So if you combine text and images, that get a better understanding of what you're writing about. So that's what is dual coding. So what I'm going to do is ask, for instance, summarize in 4 steps. And I will do this. And now Maia is going to generate in 4 steps what dual coding is. So this is pretty summarized. And the funny thing is I never know what he or she is going to do. Sometimes it gives much more text. So if you don't like a summarized version, it can be that you say, okay, I'm going to say maybe in 3 steps. The more steps you ask, the less text she will give, because we coded her like that. And we say, if it's too much text, if too many steps, not too much text, because then you see, no, less steps, more text. So I got a new version now. I will change it a little bit because it's not perfectly aligned. So you see it's a new result, a little bit more text about the 3 steps, and it gives also a text here in the end. So you can generate again, and you will see at a certain point you will get more similar responses. We are adding more and more possibilities the coming weeks and months. But so you can go to up to 13,000 characters, which is quite a lot, because this was 2 pages of text, and so 13,000 characters. You can basically put a whole report of a meeting in Maia and ask to summarize it in 5 or 6 or whatever steps. So that's how it works. And then again, of course, you have the same things as before. You can change images and so on. A few things that maybe are interesting to know is that the platform always will prioritize in style. So she will always try to put images together that have more or less the same look and feel. So that's, it can happen that sometimes there are not many images about a certain topic, and then you will see that there's more variety in the style of images. That's something you should know. Or something else that I didn't show is we also have a draw tool. Maybe you say, okay, I like this, but I want a little bit more, I don't know, punch, a little bit more energy. It feels quite static, maybe. So you can also add the pen tool. So for instance, you can do glow, you can take a color, and now you can say, okay, I'm going to make it a little bit more like I have been drawing it. I'm playing a little bit first. So I add a little bit, or maybe you want to draw a line, whatever. And then you can go, no, it's of course, it's the foreground. We don't want that. So you can put it in the background. So just to give you an idea, I'm just playing around. So you see, sometimes it's a little bit like static, the result, and that's always the case, of course, with this kind of things. So you can add your own taste by just drawing on top of it. So that's perfectly possible. Yeah. And then, of course, you can also, and that's the normal features for those who already know Drawify, you can also add or change shapes. You have all kinds of shapes. Like I said before, you can add text, and you can add your own uploads. So you also have own elements that maybe you want to integrate. It can be that you draw yourself and you have your own small images you want to integrate. That's also perfectly fine. But that again, it's just a normal feature of Drawify. It doesn't have to do anything with the Maia that I was talking about. But so the Maia is combined with all the normal features of Drawify. That's basically what we have done. Okay, questions. And in the meantime, I'm again, I think, good enough to put on my camera. I think it stopped bleeding. Yeah, okay. Any questions or feedback?
I like the detail you put into how you design this. I think it's very cool.
Oh, thanks.
I'm thinking about things like consistency and and also flexibility. I think you've struck a good balance there, and I just think it looks really cool.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thanks. And maybe also last time I did a demo, I got a lot of questions about IP because IP is a hot topic within AI. Just know, but I guess you figured it out that all the drawings that are in the generation, so in the composition, are original drawings. It's not regenerated like Midjourney does or any other AI generator at the moment. So all the drawings are from the Drawifyers, so the artists behind the platform. They all uploaded the drawings themselves. They allow us to use it. They get a part of the revenue of Drawify. So it's not that we are stealing artwork. And I think that's last time I heard that many people were concerned about it. So I want to articulate that it's not a generated image, and we are also not planning to do that in this tool.
Yeah, I think that's great. That's been a concern. I work at an online university, and that's been one of our concerns in using AI. So it's great that you've thought about that.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really a difficult choice because a lot of people are asking it to do it. So, but my vision is right now that this is maybe our biggest differentiator, that we really respect the IP of those artists. I'm an artist myself, so I'm concerned about it myself. Yeah. Other questions? Or things maybe you want me to ask something at Maia. Maybe let's generate something, a question that you want. So you see that it's not scripted. Does anyone has a question that we can ask? You'll see, I don't see my chat. I don't know where it's gone. So if you have one, please shout out because I don't know, but my chat is gone.
Well, just off the top of my head, I'm creating some games for an econ course. So maybe we can, this may be too broad, but just, and this is related to the United States, but I think it's probably true elsewhere as well, but perhaps fiscal versus monetary policy, governmental policy.
Can you repeat your question?
Fiscal, FISCAL.
Yeah.
Versus monetary policy.
Oh,
that may be just too abstract.
Well, I always like to test Maia in the most. And is there, show me what the difference is? Is that what we want to know?
Yeah.
What the difference is? Yeah.
Yes.
It's not necessary to prompt it like that, but I want to try actually. Is between. Okay, let's see.
All right.
Really curious to know. It's always very nice to see what's happening. And thanks, Heather, for your feedback. We are just at the beginning of what we can do with it, but this is bit. it's maybe too much, no? Or I don't know anything about fiscal versus monetary policy. So
And I am not an econ subject matter expert. I help create the game with the instructors who teach that course.
Wait, I will ask something else. Compare fiscal
Yeah,
steps.
I like that idea.
Maybe she's just explaining what the different aspects of both. I think she's doing that now. I make a she out of her, which is completely stupid, of course, but oh well, I think you have it here.
Ah,
This is better, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, and then of course I think we could do a better job with the images. I think we could find a better image for fiscal policy. Government, for instance. Yeah, I'm getting, of course, a little bit the same. Just trying something. So you could say, okay, I'm going to make it more like this, so that it's a little bit more fiscal government, whatever. You could also say tax rates. You can take a word out of your text here and put it in the smart search and see what happens then. You see? Then you get here. You say, okay, this is more maybe what we want to say, for instance. So sometimes by taking parts out of the text that we have here and we put it in the smart search, and that's a good thing about smart search. You don't have to think about the tagging or whatever. It's just start connecting the dots and the words that are linked to all the drawings and how people used it before. So, and then you get a much broader view of results than what you have with the normal tagging and searching. So, yeah.
This is nice. I could see some definite uses in my courses.
Oh, yeah, that's
cool.
nice. So you are training people? Is that how you would use it in a training?
I'm a faculty at a university.
Ah.
So one of the things that I'm working on is gamifying our content to make it more engaging for our students. So I think this would fit in well. And also, I created a game, sort of almost like a simulation game, where students have to go in and make economic policy decisions. And I could see this as sort of part of that as sort of a hint. If they're having to make a decision between fiscal and monetary policy, and they're wanting to brush up on what the differences are, they could go see this as sort of a cheat sheet. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, no, nice to hear. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it would be. It's also a very fun way of learning. I think that people have to search for information, and instead of getting text. Oh, I'm looking who is making the noise here. Anyway, instead of searching with text, they get visuals. And by the way, I didn't mention, but as you can see below, you have all the pages. So every search we did, it stays in the documents. You always can go back to everything we created. That's maybe also interesting to know. And imagine you like this kind of layout. You can also say, I will duplicate this, and then you can create more pages of the same layout. Yeah. That's something I forgot to say.
All right, thank you.
So we're at the end of the demo session already, because it was 30 minutes. Any more questions or anything else you want to do the last 3 minutes of this session? No?
This has been fantastic, Axelle. Thank you so much for sharing this. I love this new capability.
Oh, thank you, Heather. It's nice to hear that from you. You know why?
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
I appreciate your feedback very much. So if anyone has questions after seeing this, for those who are not yet active on Drawify, you know that you can just, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if everyone was there, you can subscribe, you can use it for free for 1 month, use it, you can do 15 searches for free, and after that, then you have to upgrade. And make sure if you want to purchase Drawify, make sure that you choose the right plan, because we have, for people who don't like the AI thing, we have still the very cheap plan, if I can say it, the pro plan. But if you say, okay, I want to use the AI and I really want to leverage my visual storytelling, then you have to go for the hero plan. I just say it because I see people making mistakes and then buying the wrong plan, just that you know, in case you want to purchase. But if you have any other question, if you don't know how to use certain things, if you want to talk about how you can use it in your university or how you can do something in a group, let me know. I'm very, very available for everyone. So I want to thank you for you being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to see all the creations you create with it. And in the meantime, have a very nice Tuesday afternoon or evening or morning. And I hope to see you in one of the next sessions we organize at Drawify.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Anthony, for being here, by the way. Nice to see you.